Alright guys, welcome to another video. In this one we're going to talk about, again, meeting those needs of our members and the design process for, you know, what equipment we'll get, what we want to put in. We have a lot of gear here, but we do want to upgrade. This is the time. If we're going to upgrade, it's going to be now. So we do want to upgrade from what we have. And we've got to kind of go all the way back and figure, okay, what do we actually need to fulfill the needs of our members? What we feel we need based on what we do here, we need bars, we need bumpers, we need rigs, we need dumbbells, we need benches. That's our kind of our weightlifting aspect of things, okay? So the weightlifting side of things is a massive part of what we do. And what's great about here is, like, you're not standing around waiting for stuff for ages. We've got like so many bars and loads of bumpers and loads of squat stations. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 squatting stations, you know, 3 sets of dumbbells. Like, there's just loads of equipment, so you can superset a lot of the stuff that you're doing. So we get a lot of supersets in here, and people get a really good quality workout in, and they get it done in good time as well. So this is the stuff we need to make that happen, make the weight training side of things happen. In terms of the high intensity side of things, then we need a track, which is what we have, or some turf. Okay, so we need somewhere where we can do a running, basically a bit of open space. We need some kind of cardio gear, bikes, rowers, all that kind of stuff, balls, ropes, and just general hit stuff. So like what I'm looking at here, you know, TRXs, balls, you know, you need some, we got bags, we got hammers, we've got ropes, we got sleds, we got all that kind of stuff. So that makes that high intensity component of what we do happen. Once we have these two, all it is about laying it out in basically a format that is conducive to our type of training. So what I really like about a gym is when you don't have to do too much travel from station to station. So like if you've got to walk to one side of the gym to do one thing and then to the other side of the gym to do another thing. And as I said, we do a lot of supersets. So we want to try and, once someone goes in, we want them to try and work within one space and they don't have to travel too far. That would be absolutely ideal for us. So we're going to try and achieve that with the new premises. We don't have that at the moment, but we're going to try and achieve that as best we can with the new premises. So that has really guided the decisions that we're making around, again, what equipment we're going to buy. So I'm going to rub out these, and I'm going to give you an idea of, again, that one space where I can do everything and see what it looks like. Okay, so at the moment our current kind of rig layout looks something a little bit like this, right? So we've got a rig up here, and this is our 2-bay rig, right? So we can have one person standing here, one person standing there, and typically they're facing each other. So that has like some of its own disadvantages. Like, it's a little bit awkward if you're doing a movement and then someone else is doing a movement in front of you. So like you're doing a squat and your like face is red and you're about to explode, and the person in front of you then is doing an RDL and they're in the same position, and where do you put your eyes and all this kind of stuff. So that's a little bit awkward. We also have, we'll say, our bumpers and things stored there, but they're kind of stored in the floor, not as easy if they were stored up a little bit higher. So our bumpers are stored here beside the rig, so they're fairly easy. They're right beside you, you know, they're easy to get access to, but they're on the ground. And because they're on the ground, then you don't have that much storage space. We do have then a lot of our storage space kind of at the top of the rack, what I'm looking at here, or the top of the rig, where we have all of our bars and, you know, smaller plates. And then down the bottom here, we've got more storage for things like bands and etc, etc. Now, there's a lot of other stuff then dotted around the gym. If you were going for other things, you'd have to go look somewhere else. There's a couple of drawers where we've got mini bands. You know, there's some stuff inside in the studio room. So not everything is contained within one unit. Now, if we were to look at, and this is where we've gotten most of our inspiration from, if you look at a college training facility, so college football training facility, what they do is they create an independent unit. So if we're able to create an independent rack where we've got one person can stand on one end, one person can stand on the inside of it, and one person can stand on the outside and the other end. So now we've got 3 people laying in a space that's just a little bit bigger than what we have here. It's actually twice the size, but it's not all that much bigger considering we can store all of our gear in here. Okay, so everything can be stored in that section there. That puts your bumpers in there, all your bands in there, chains if you want, bars in there. You can put in smaller weights, you can put in your belts, you can put in all your little accessories. All of that can be stored in here. So now when you're training, ideally you'll be doing your bench press in here, so this person will be facing towards the ceiling and these 2 people will be facing that way, and as a result then these 3 people can all work together in that one little space, and all the equipment they need is in this space in here. Now we don't have dumbbells there, but we're thinking along the lines of those adjustable dumbbells. So if you've ever seen power blocks, blocks. If you've ever seen power blocks, they're adjustable dumbbells where you could set up like an adjustable dumbbell here, and you can go over. That could be anything from 2.5 kilos up to 40 kilos. And then now all of a sudden you don't have to go travel to the dumbbell station to do some dumbbell work. So that's very popular again in American colleges, where they've got a big team in and they're trying to really maximize their time and reduce the amount of kind of transition between different spaces. So this is the type of rigging system that we would like to go for, and then what you would do is you just replicate that. If you had room for 10 of them in the gym, you do 10 of them. Now we do have to factor in a space for dumbbells, because we aren't planning at the moment on getting those adjustable dumbbells, so we do have to factor a space in for dumbbells. But other than that, it's literally as many of these as we can fit in with a big enough dumbbell space. Maybe 1 or 2 other bits of gear. We do need some cable machines, we do need some lat pull downs. And it's about finding a cable machine and a lat pull down that are suitable for the space. We have a couple here, we could use those, or we could get new ones, so we're looking into all those different options. But again, not having kind of a massive big kind of multifunctional cable lat pull down, cable crossover thing that isn't going to maximize your use of space. This maximizes our use of space, so we want to stick with this idea. And the more we can maximize our use of space with this template over and over and over, that is going to give us more room for doing our HIIT stuff. So that's going to give us more track space. So say if this was like a strip down here, all this repeated over and over, and a dumbbell section at one end or the other end, then you'd leave yourself with a strip down the other side for your track. And then on your track you'd have your cardio stuff, you'd have all your sleds and your ropes and your bands and all that kind of stuff. So really this is the idea that we're going with, and we want to make sure that this is done as best as possible, so that again, when you come into the gym, you work in your own little space that will kind of make you feel, we find that when people start off particularly, the less they have to travel around the gym, the more comfortable they feel in the environment. So this whole idea will help new people feel a bit more comfortable in the environment, because they don't have to go traipsing left and right or all over the gym looking for things. So this is what we're thinking. I hope you like the idea. Take a look at some American college gyms if you're trying to figure out what the place is going to look like, because that's what we're basing a lot of what we're doing on. And I'm very, very excited about it. I'm going to talk a little bit about the layout of the gym now tomorrow, or the next day, so keep an eye out for that video. Thank you so much for watching this one. I'm so excited. I'm actually so excited. So I will see you in the next one. Slán.